And here we are once again. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show this week. And happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday. Did you have a good weekend? What did you do? I know there was a lot of Halloween parties going on around the area. Some friends of mine got dressed up as the Scooby Gang. Not going to lie, I was a little bit jealous on that one. That looked like a lot of fun. Because Painkiller Jane had their annual Halloween party. Once again, and I guess it always depends on what time of year Halloween falls on, right? But coming up this Thursday, stay tuned. There's going to be some more parties coming up. We'll be talking about that. But yeah, once again, happy Monday, and appreciate you being here as always. And I love hearing about you and what you are up to and what you did over the weekend and all that stuff as well. So, yeah, look at that. We've got some friends out there already. Let's say hello to, here I am self-producing. Let's go back over and say hello to Ronnie Fraser, a very loyal fan here. Ronnie, I appreciate you being around here and giving all your support to me here. And, oh, there's Chris. Look, he's ready. Boy, that's a whole, what we got here? Halloween night at Village Garden, setting up to be afraid for the great. We're going to save it. We're going to save it because our special guests, will let them tell all about it. And I know they're really excited to be here. Beer Store Money is going to be here on the show in just a few moments. And I'm really excited to have them here. And just one of my guests today. I just wasn't able to get the other person to connect here with us today, so life happens, but that's okay. We'll look to have them back another time. So it's just me and Beer Store Money coming up in a few moments. Like I said, I know they're really super excited. So I guess what I probably should do is get through the start, because they'd come on right now if I let them. But I just, it's times are changing out there. We just come through an election time. That was always interesting. A lot going on with that. We'll see what the results are there. Some people were confused by it. I'm not going to get into politics. I'm just saying there's lots happening in our world right now. And so I hope you did get out and vote and have your say, right? And the seasons are changing. Seasons are changing now. I think I might get out for one motorcycle ride after the show here today, because it might be my last chance to get out there and really enjoy a decent ride on the motorcycle. And then that, of course, brings Christmas and all kinds of things. Am I allowed to say that? I have to wait till after Halloween to say that, right? Okay. Oh, wait. It's too late. I already said it. But happy Monday. I do appreciate you. And Monday, as I always say, is one of my favorite days to come out here and talk, because I get to talk to some great, amazing people. We're going to do that in just a moment. But speaking of amazing, let's talk about the Sarnia Sting. Definitely more than a game. They started off this season very rough at 0-7, losing 7 games. And then they would take a win and go on the road, and they just finished up 5-game winning streak. Congratulations to the Sarnia Sting for their no-quit positive attitude and getting a little more focused and organized out there. They were just in Ottawa, actually, yesterday, and they finished up there. Unfortunately, 7-2 was the final score. Now, it would have been awesome for sure for them to win this, because it would have given them 6 in a row. And of course, you're seeing some players back there like Jameson Reese, and Sean Josling's in there. He's amazing. Ryan McGregor back, and now we've got some new ones in there. With Sam Bitton and Ryan Roth. There's a lot of gelling happening out there. They've never, ever won against Ottawa since somebody told me like 2007 or something like that. So they've never been able to pull that off. So had they done that, would have been really cool for more ways than one. But we still have faith in our Sarnia Sting, and they're going to be back here. We want to say thanks to Oswald's Diner and Active Ears for their support of us bringing you the Sarnia Stings updates. And we're looking forward to being back, because we haven't been at home in a little while, and I feel kind of lonely not being there, right? Jay Peckham might be joining me, or Jake Chersky. I'm not sure. Maybe I should let those two fight it out. Melissa Kelly joined me there one time at the game, so who knows who will be there. But I will be there on Friday, November the 1st, to talk to you about the games that are happening, all the home games at Progressive Auto Sales Arena. I'll be there, and the Sarnia Sting will play host to the Flint Firebirds. So we'll see how that goes. They'll be looking to come home and win another one at home for sure. And, of course, we're rooting for them out there as well. Who else we got out there? Let's go to our audience now and say good afternoon, David. Looking forward to your show today. Well, Barry, thank you, and good afternoon to you. I hope you had a good weekend. Our friend Barry and his wife Deborah from Matlock's Publishing. Check them out on Facebook, and you can check their website out as well. They got some really positive stuff going there. So once again, Sarnia Sting, unfortunately, breaking the streak, but 5 in a row. Nothing to shake a bad stick at there. So congratulations to the Sarnia Sting for that. I had some fun over the weekend. I don't do a lot of karaoke anymore, but the Moose Lodge has talked me into being there once a month. I'm there on the 4th Friday of the month, so that was this past Friday. New time, because, well, some of us are getting older, I guess. We don't want to be out so late. Starts at 8 o'clock. We go till midnight, and we really enjoy ourselves down there, and we appreciate the Moose Lodge welcoming us in there for karaoke. So it is the 4th Friday of the month, except for December. We had to change it, but we'll wait till we get closer for that. So the next one will be in November, and hope you'll come out and join us. And even if you're not a singer of karaoke, look, here's the thing. I know some people go, oh, karaoke, I don't. And there's some okay singers and there's some wow singers, but we have a really good time down there at the Moose Lodge. And if you don't come out there for karaoke, they've got lots of other things going on that you can enjoy there. Hillbilly horseshoes, and they've always got supper every Friday at 5 o'clock. And it's just a wonderful place to hang out. And I'm proud to be a member also of the Moose Lodge. And we're going to be doing some more things with them aside from the karaoke as well. So keep an eye on that. But mark it on your calendar, would you please? And just go out and have some fun. They got great drink prices, and they got some food there. And it's just a nice, fun, you don't know, back to your wall kind of thing. You just come out and have a good time at some karaoke. And maybe if you have a few pops, we might get you up there. It usually helps if you have a couple of pops, right? Last week we had Sarnia Lambton Rebound, and Carrie, the executive director for Sarnia Lambton Rebound, was here to talk about their 35th anniversary celebration coming up on Saturday, November the 2nd. And they are looking for people who may have participated in anything to do with Sarnia Lambton Rebound, whether you were a part of one of the programs, or you were a volunteer, or you worked there, or maybe you were a parent of someone who uses services at Sarnia Lambton Rebound. They really want to hear from you, and they want you to share your story with them so they can share with everybody else at the celebration just how important Sarnia Lambton Rebound is to our community, of course, starting 35 years ago. And that's coming up on Saturday, November the 2nd. I'm looking forward to going and getting by there and saying hello. It's a wonderful organization. Let's go back over to our audience again and see if there's anybody there. Ronnie, what are you putting up there? What are those? I can't see what those are. But Ronnie out there there's our friend Danny Cacciamilio. Yeah, hey Dave, hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend too. What'd you do there, Danny? Tell us about it. And Danny will be back. He joined me for one of the Sarnia Sting games here a little while ago. I've got you on the calendar for the Sioux games. For whatever reason, Danny's like, I want to join you on your broadcast for the Sioux Greyhound game. So that's coming up. I've got you in the calendar for that, Danny, for sure. So once again, Sarnia Lambton Rebound, 35th anniversary, November the 2nd. Stop by and say hello. Tomorrow, this is an important one. This is the Accessibility Summit happening here tomorrow in Sarnia. March of Dimes will be there, and we're holding it out at Lambton College. And it's from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And there's going to be, I'm going to be the MC there for that tomorrow morning. And we're going to have some guest speakers who are going to be talking about accessibility and accessibility in communities and the importance of accessibility in the communities and how it impacts people. And it's really an important part of our community. So the Accessibility Summit, that's tomorrow, once again, at the Lambton College Event Center. And it goes from 9 until 1:30. And notably as well, the Age-Friendly Sarnia Awards are also happening tomorrow as well. So I'm going to be a busy guy tomorrow, but looking forward to being part of that. And you're welcome to come out and say hello to us as well at the Accessibility Summit. All right. My guests, I don't see you, my guests. So if you're there, do me a favor and refresh your screen because I am not seeing you there. So we'll give them a moment, and I'm excited to have them come out. Oh, look, and just magic like that, they're coming right back. Here we go. I think, I don't know, maybe they lost track of time or something. I don't know. Accessibility Summit, once again, happening tomorrow, and looking forward to being a part of that. And now I am really super excited. We've connected a few times, and we've just been able to pull it off. Some new friends of mine, Beer Store Money. If you don't like anything about them, you'll love the name of the band. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you. Thanks for having us on. You know, we really don't put on a front about what we're about. It's all in the name, really.
Yeah, we're just here for good times, great music.
What's that?
We're just here for good times, great music.
Good times and great music. It says that on your Facebook page as well, and you guys have a lot of energy. And I'd seen you before briefly, but the last time I saw you, where I really got to enjoy a performance of you was at Ups and Downs. I know you guys were there for the open mic night, and I think it was just the two of you, actually. But actually, Chris, do you want to just start off? And I mean, I know who you are, but let's start off by you introducing yourself and the rest of the group there.
All right. Yeah, right on. Well, I mean, like the three of us, you know, we're your average Sarnia band, just some working class people getting together, jamming, playing music for the fun times. I've been an avid fan of the scene now for as long as I've been able to go out to shows. So like I've been playing for about 15 years or so now. Marcus has been in a couple bands himself over the years. And Melissa here, she's got raw talent for days. And she's just a natural fit with the two of us, and then it's just kind of snowballed from there and taken on a life of its own. You know, it's just wild how fast everything's happening, and it's just been a wild ride. Can't wait to see what the next 6 months are looking like.
Right. Well, go back a little bit there and tell everybody how did this all come together and gel for you guys all of a sudden? How do Beer Store Money become something?
Yeah, really. It all started pretty organically, actually. Like I was out hitting the open mic circuit back around December of last year, and just started doing my own thing and was just performing under that name. My buddy Merle put on a house show in January, and I played that solo. And then Marcus came and joined the fold in about February or so. He was playing on Johnny Cajon's infamous Cajon at one of Paul Knapp's open mics there.
Oh yeah,
and the rest, as they say, you know, is history. You know, with the two of us, we started playing for a couple months, and all the while Mel was kind of practicing with us and just singing along and whatnot as we practiced. And then once we started actually getting some gigs lined up around April, our first show was actually 420 at Temptations. And that was an absolutely silly time. We went for like 8 hours, and it was like the first time the three of us had all played together. And it was just the way we all clicked and bounced off each other was just natural. And we just haven't stopped having fun since.
It just happens sometimes, doesn't it? Where you just, maybe you're at the right place at the right time. And then of course, when you get around the right people, great things can happen, right? Melissa.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You've got, I've got to say, you got an amazing, a beautiful, powerful voice.
Thank you.
And actually, one of the things right there, if you don't mind me complimenting you, is you're always smiling all the time, and when you sing. But that's a really important factor, right? You know, I think that's part of who you are as a singer. Is you look like you're just having a great time up there, and it comes out in your voice.
I've been told I can get a little intense. I get a little concentration face going on sometimes, where I can get a little scary, but by and large, I'm having a blast. I'm having so much fun up there. There's nothing to not smile about. I'm just having a great time.
Yeah, that's it's a big part of it, you know. I mean, I've seen a lot of musicians over the years, let me tell you, and I can see somebody up there singing who doesn't look like they're having a good time, but they might have a beautiful voice. But then somebody who's smiling up there with that voice, it's just more attractive to the audience, right?
For sure.
That's awesome. And Marcus, your part in all of this, do they let you sing too, or are you just the drummer guy?
Well, I usually like to stick to the drums, but I can back up and harmonize in a few songs if it becomes necessary.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to yell as
Oh,
loud
yeah.
as Chris
It's got
sometimes.
some great lows as well too. Really blends it all together.
I like how you put it in there, Chris, that you said I'm a singer and a yeller. I do the yelling.
Yeah.
And
I feel it's an important distinction to make. Like I can do some approximation of singing, but I feel like our real wheelhouse is when we're just getting down and dirty with it and just throwing a little grit on it, or when we've got Mel just blasting away, doing her thing with her pipes. That's when it really shines, is when we're doing our thing our way in our style.
Well, you make a good point there. You take, and I'm going to show, I've got a couple of videos here that we can't show it all, but we'll show parts of that and just coming up in a moment.
Right on.
But that is something that I, aside from your obvious talents, that I really noticed about you folks is the way you take a song, even songs that I know, and I'm an old guy, right? You go back to, I keep thinking of Bring Me Some Water, Melissa Etheridge, when you did that Ups and Downs the other night, and I was just like, how do they even know that song? Because you're young folks, right? I mean, like, I'm 50 years old. That song came out in the 90s.
I mean,
we're the youngest, I guess.
Yeah, we're the young partition of this group.
I'm a whole lot older than I look. I guess is what I'm going to say.
And we're a couple old souls.
Yeah. Where do you come across the music to, or not where do you come across it, but how do you decide on, hey, we got to do that one? Is it a collaboration, or does somebody, you just get inspired, or how does that happen?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a collaborative effort. Like it wouldn't work otherwise. Like the three of us bouncing off one another, coming at each other with suggestions almost on the weekly, really, about like, hey, I really like this song. What if we did it in this style, or if we sped it up or slowed it down or something like that? And yeah, a lot of it just comes from our various influences growing up and just taking it and making it our own.
Yeah, the idea initially was just, let's get up there and just do all our favorite songs, and so we've all got a little bit of a back catalog of things that we've enjoyed over the years. And well, let's try this and see what we can do with it, and try different arrangements or maybe different musical styles, and just play around with it and see what happens. We do several mashups at this point, and 2 different songs put together, and we found a way to make it all very cohesive. And it's a lot of fun to get out there and do that and surprise people that maybe haven't heard what we do. With we've got a Pretty Reckless and a Rolling Stone mashup that we really enjoy busting out at some of these open mics and things that we do, and everyone's always just like, wow, I never saw that coming. So it's a lot of fun.
I think one of the favorite taglines we've gotten off of a video is, wow, I wasn't expecting that. And that's really our wheelhouse, is to expect the unexpected. We like to keep people guessing and wanting more.
Well, and honestly, that was my reaction at Ups and Downs there that night we ran into each other, and I know it was just open mic, but I was sitting there. You guys got about 4 or 5 songs in. Rick Steves was good to you there. He let you go on a bit.
Oh yeah, he's great.
And, I was enjoying the groove and everything, and then all of a sudden, I'm coming back to that song again, but Bring Me Some Water, and I was just like, wow, I totally did not see that coming at all, and am I so glad it showed up. And for me too, I mean, as is for anybody really, music is inspirational, but it takes us back down memory lane often, that kind of thing. And I can tell you exactly where I was when that song came out, but that's a whole other story. So no, it stands out, right? So I think you've done really well at taking that dart and then you just throw it out there and say, hey, pay attention to what we're doing here right now. Let's I've got a couple of videos here that you sent me, and I really want to share just a little bit of both of them here. But the first one I want to go over is, I think you guys were camping or something, or you were away somewhere.
Yeah, we were up at Grandpa's trailer.
Yeah, we were out at Orchard View Park, and it's just beautiful out there, right up on the lake.
I've been there. It's great.
Oh, yeah. I love it out there. We've been going out there for the past few years now, and we just figured it's the perfect backdrop to go out there and play some music. Right. And one of the things that shook loose was this rendition of a very popular song. It's always a head turner when we get it going. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna leave you here. We're gonna do this kind of like a reaction video thing. Okay, I'm gonna step away for a minute. I'll leave you guys up on screen, and we'll give about a minute and a half. Here's 2 of 3 of Beer Store Money doing Billie Jean. Take a look.
She looks more like a beauty queen on a movie scene. I said, don't mind me, what do you mean? I am the one who dance on the floor and around. She said, I am the one who dance on the floor and around. Told me her name was Billie Jean. She caused a scene that every head turned with eyes a dream and became the one who danced on the floor. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts.
Watching videos.
Be careful who you love. Be careful what you do. The lie becomes the truth. Billie Jean's not my lover. She's just a girl.
I've got that scream in the background. That's awesome.
Real shout out.
What the cares of my time. She said, I am the one. What the care is not my son. For 40 days and for 40 nights, I was on her side.
Great stuff.
And the kids
Just getting into that groove.
in the background.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, there's a beach just below us down there. So
Yeah, we were perched on the edge of the cliff right there. So
we like to think of somebody who's like, oh my God, Billie Jean.
Right? Well, but here's a really good example again of how you take a song and make it your own. Because again, me coming from that era, like, you know, I still like I hear that voice of Michael Jackson, and I can picture the video in my head right now as it's going, right? And then you just kind of put that whole thing as now.
now, as much as I would love to take credit for this, this is actually a cover of the Civil War's version of Billie
Yeah,
Jean.
they're
So
great,
that's
man.
not our, our arrangement, but we do have great fun singing it. It's certainly an example of what we do.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
Mhm.
We've got another video we'll go to in just a minute here, but looks like you got a friend out here.
Hey.
Hi,
Love
Leah.
you, Leah.
Beer Store Money. Yeah, awesome. And before we move on, just say welcome to everybody who is joining us here. We've got some viewers watching. We're simulcasting this actually in several different places in Canada, but we're actually simulcast throughout the United States and the United Kingdom right now, and I believe we're simulcast over in South Africa at the same time. So we want to say
Well, hello, everyone.
partners that help us get the message around the world on the rest of the planet.
Nice.
And if you are watching, though, and you want to share your comments, you must be watching from the Show with David Burrows page. If you see us on any other page, we won't see your comments. So come on over to the Show with David Burrows page and ask your questions to our guests here. And we're going to go. This is the one I was really glad that you sent me. I probably would have tried to find this as the one. Bring me some. And I was always a big Melissa Etheridge fan when she came out there in the 90s. And I still have one of her CDs here, actually.
Oh, no kidding.
So,
Yeah, Melissa
really
absolutely
done that.
crushes it.
So here we go. Let's take a look this one more time. Here's Beer Store Money with some. This looks like you were down on the waterfront when you were doing this.
Yeah, this was, I believe, from our first Acoustic for the Sunset concert. We did a little busking concert series near the end of the summer there with a collaboration with a few other local artists.
Right.
And
Okay.
that's just one of the many things that's kind of taken on a life of its own. And yeah, it's just great. It's a great little spot, and
It is.
the video that came out of it was just incredible.
Barry's out there. Says, nice video. Would love to see you live sometime. Barry, don't go away. Stay with us. We're going to tell you how you can see Beer Store Money come up here real soon. But right now,
Absolutely.
go down to the waterfront. Here's Bring Me Some Water.
Shout out to Jeff the Enemy.
Where all love is fair, I'll turn the other cheek. Now feel the sound in the sing of the foul night air. Now know you're only human. Now I haven't got no room tonight while I'm making excuses. Some other woman is making love to you. Somebody bring me some water. Yeah, to see I'm burning.
This is also one of the few shows that I actually missed around with the effects.
And I don't know how I'm gonna survive. Bring me some water. Yeah, to see it's out of control.
Yes, stick with us. Plug your phone in, kiddo.
Another sweet devil, sweet devil's got the yeah. When will this aching pass? When will this night be through? I wanna hear the breaking glass. I wanna feel the steel of red hot too. I'll do anything to get it out of my mind. I need some Italian temporary kind. Tell me how the night ever be the same when I know that the woman is whispering your name. Somebody bring me some water. Yeah, to see I'm burning like can't see my baby. Got nothing, and I don't know how I'm gonna survive. Bring me some water. Yeah, to see it's out of control. There's on my heart, nothing's on my mind. Tonight a sweet devil got the
All right. Well, another great example you guys performed. Did you say that was Jeff? Was that Jeff the Enemy?
Yes.
Yeah, he has joined us on bass here and there, and whenever he's available, he's a pretty busy guy. So whenever he's available, he sometimes throws down some bass tracks for us. And
Nice.
yeah, he's just one of the many great guys in our bag of tricks. When we go out and play, it's always a party.
Jeff the Enemy is a bag of tricks all by himself.
Absolutely.
Isn't he though? Oh yeah, absolutely. We could go on all day about just Jeff the Enemy.
Great guy.
Maybe we'll have a drink over that one.
Yeah. Sounds great. I'll hold you to
Sounds
that.
like you've got stories.
I'll tell you about it. Jeff's a great guy. Really, really, really.
Oh
like
yeah.
him. And it's good to see him being involved in that still. So you really. So how long has Beer Store Money been together then officially?
The three of us since April as a cohesive unit, but the idea of Beer Store Money has been around for going on almost about a year and a half or so now.
Yeah.
It started out just as a little DIY project between myself and a couple other buddies. And then as things kind of, as time dragged on, they weren't really taking it seriously. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, it's time to, or get off the pot, boys, let's go. So
Yeah.
then we kind of went our separate ways, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to keep this thing going. And then it started out as the solo project and just kind of took on a life of its own. And here we are now.
Here we are.
Right?
Yeah. And doing lots of performing. I've seen you around lots, and we have a mutual that we'll talk about too, the Moose Lodge, coming up in a little bit later on too. But right now, it's Halloween time. Are you getting all spooked up for this? You're going to be at Village Garden on
oh yeah,
31st.
So excited for that. We've got all the stops planned for this. We've got all three of us are going to be in costume. We'll be holding a costume contest as well. We got some great prizes up for grabs, some Beer Store Money swag. We're going to be giving away some Beer Store Money as well. We got a Beer Store gift card up as part of the grand prize, and also a couple tickets for Sad Fest, the event that you alluded to at the Moose Lodge coming up. But we can talk about that a bit more in detail
Yeah, for sure.
later on for sure. But yeah, it's going to be a great night. We got some pins and stickers that we're going to be giving out. We stocked up on a bunch of candy for trick-or-treaters.
Make me want to get dressed up.
Do it. You should.
Come down.
Absolutely. It's going to be a party.
The talk show host, would that be all right? Or do I have to?
Absolutely.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely.
You got to bring a microphone at least.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be on the scene.
Got a whole bunch.
All right. Yeah, you come out there with a TVSN box microphone, and
There you go.
there you go.
There, I got this going. There you go.
Beauty.
Perfect.
Well, I can tell you that I talked to my friend Julie, who's the owner down there, and she's great people.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
Yeah, she's
wonderful.
great.
probably about a week ago talking with her, and we were talking about you behind your back, and
Oh yeah.
and
Good
good.
things, I hope.
She's really excited about you there. She thinks you guys have a lot of energy, so I know you're going to be a hit down there.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a fun time. We're looking forward to it. Every time we come out there, it's been nothing but love, and we can't wait to give some of that love back on Halloween night. We got a lot of great surprises planned. We're going to be playing 3 sets.
Oh, 3 sets? Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, absolutely. We're going all night long.
Yeah.
It's going to be a party
We've
all
got
night.
quite a bit of material that we're busting out, so
Yeah,
it's gonna be a fun
old,
time.
some new.
Some
Should be a real
Halloween
fun time.
themed.
Me being as old as I am, are you going to do the Monster Mash in there somewhere?
Maybe we'll see. We'll see what shakes loose, but we know that it's going to be a thriller of a time.
That's a no.
I might put a spell on you. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I am reading your post here. Just to let everybody know again, they're going to be dress up and show up for a chance to win beer store gift card, beer store money, pins, and stickers. You got 2 tickets to Sad Fest, and you got some other tricks and treats up your sleeve. So that's great. Looking forward to that as well. And then you're keeping busy by you got the 4th annual Halloween bash and food drive coming up to the Lions.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. One of Nell's associates from a previous job approached her about a birthday bash that he puts on every year at the Lions Club out in Petrolia there, and it's a bit of a birthday party / food drive. And he asked if we wanted to come on there and collaborate a little bit, and we thought absolutely, why not? Like,
Might as well get some mileage out of these costumes.
right? Absolutely. Yeah, and it's for a great cause too. And I mean, like, that's what we're all about, really, is like playing music for good times and good causes. And we're really looking forward to it. It's our first time playing out in Petrolia. And I know things
They're going to love you out
pretty fun out there. Oh yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to it.
Now you all you're all working. You all have jobs aside from playing the music.
I am recently laid off, currently happily unemployed, but my son's last year of high school is this year, and I haven't really been around because I've been working midnights for the last 4 years. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to find myself a day job and, be around a little bit more often. And the music thing's picking up. So I'm pretty busy with that these days. And,
Yeah.
Just going to see where the new year takes me.
Right. And Marcus, the quiet drummer.
Yeah, that's how it
Seen
goes.
and not heard until he's behind a kit.
You're working as well, and Chris, like both of you are.
Yeah, working steady. I work at the casino in Point Edward right now, so I'm a technician for the slots department, and it keeps me pretty busy, even as a part-timer.
How
But
about
I'm thankful to have the
get
time
you
to
to fix that machine so that it works in their favor?
well, they're designed to work in our favor anyways.
The house always wins.
No, I mean my favor.
We'll have another beer over that one.
Yeah, gotcha.
Marcus also did the photography and the layout for that poster.
Oh yeah, he's a phenomenal photographer. That's where the real story is.
Yeah, so I run my side business doing photography and videography as well under Camera A with EH. So a little Canadian pun there.
Right on.
He's a very great
That's good
photographer.
to know, because I do a little bit of that myself, so you never know. It's always nice to network and get to know that more.
Oh, yeah.
Here's where I'm going with all of these questions. I mean, you have to pay the bills, and you have to, money isn't everything, but it is up there with oxygen. You kind of need it to live.
Absolutely.
But is this, like right now, this is beer store money. but could this become real money?
I mean,
That part of the
that's the name of the game, right? I mean, we're all progressing much further than we ever anticipated. I mean, 6 months ago, we certainly didn't anticipate any of this. So, I mean, who knows? We've gone from just farting around and playing a couple covers to thinking, okay, we can actually get some original content lined up here and possibly have something ready to go by the end of the year if we really work at it. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a little ambivalent and kind of a BS response, but I mean, really, who knows? The sky's the limit, right?
We're certainly willing to put in the time and the work and, see what happens. We're putting our name out there, just trying to get everyone aware of what we're doing, and hopefully they'll come out and see us.
But that's a goal you have in mind. Like, it's got to be
That's
a goal,
the dream.
right? It's not just a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we like to be realistic about it too, right? I
Yep.
mean, like everybody wants to hit it big and have their name at the top of the bill. But I mean,
Sure.
At the end of the day, I mean, we're just out here having fun, and until it stops being fun, that's when we'll call it. But you know what? As long as we're having fun and having a good time, and people come out and have a good time, like, shoot, who knows?
We're certainly not going anywhere. I'll
We're
tell you
out to
that.
do this for the fun and for the
And I don't think
music
it's going
of it.
anywhere for quite some time.
Well, thank you.
That's the plan. Thank you.
Well, let's talk a little bit more. So after Halloween, then you've got Sad Fest.
Yes.
Sad Fest.
Well, that started up just as like a personal passion project of mine, and in collaboration with a guy that helped us put on the first acoustic for the Sunset, Dylan Elliott. It's always been the idea to kind of raise awareness for mental health initiatives and sort of give back to the community in some way. And with music being the great connector with everybody, and with the way everything all timed out, Sad Fest kind of came to be as a winter concert series in support of seasonal affective disorder. It's a type of depression that affects I believe it accounts for 15% of all depression cases across Canada, or about 10% of all depression. It accounts for 10% of all depressive diagnoses across the country. And it's a cause very near and dear to all of us and some of the bands that we've lined up for this bill. And it's just our way to give back to the community and try and raise awareness. Because the winter's a crappy time of year, So, I mean, if any way we can try and make it better and just have a party,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I think
raise the
it's great that you
spirits.
do that. It's important to whatever we do, whatever business you're in, that you find some way to give back into the community, right? And a lot of musicians are greatly known for that. But it's nice that musicians they get taken advantage of. I think a lot. Hey, will you play my benefit for free? And it's lots of exposure and whatever. We've heard that exposure story. But I think what's unique about you folks is that you've chosen your own thing to, your thing that you're going to support. And a lot of bands don't do that. They just, they want to play, and that's great. But when it's personal to you, then I think it works better, and it probably shows off even more in your performance when you're really even more passionate about something going on, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is a cause that's near and dear to our hearts. We've all been affected in one way or another. This is broadly towards suicide prevention and, just having a place to go. You're not feeling good. You're not, everybody gets really sad in the wintertime. It's dark. It gets dark so early. It's depressive. It's stressful with the holidays and everything. And this is at least something where for at least one night, everyone can get out, support a great cause, maybe dance their blues away for a little while. And, hopefully we'll have a great outcome and a lot of people turn out for it.
And a great spot to do that, the Moose Lodge as well, because I mentioned earlier I do some karaoke there and some other stuff, but they're a really give back group as well. The Moose Lodge, they just threw a whole bunch of money back into our community. So what a great place to collaborate with, really.
Yeah, and they've been tremendous working with us on this whole
Absolutely.
thing and offering to promote. And I see us working together quite a bit in the future if this works out. So it'll be great for everybody, I think.
Well, maybe we'll be all doing that because it sounds like we're all on the same page here. And I like that. In fact, I'm going to throw this out there too. Have you ever heard of Sarnia Sings?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you don't know Adam, I need to get you in touch with him because I think there's something that should happen there too. He gets the final say. I just tell him what I think he should do, and then he decides.
Fair enough.
Right on. Hey, we're always open to collaborate with anybody in and around the scene. Like, we're pretty flexible, and we're always looking forward to new and exciting opportunities. And any way we can get involved in the community and give back, all the better.
Yeah, especially if someone's willing to bend an ear for us, then all the better. We like expanding our network as much as possible, and that's really what the biggest upswing of this whole past 6 months of us playing. I know I've really just been passionate about getting out and playing the cajon has been something new for me, but I've been playing drums for like 15 years since I was in high school. So it's something like I've always been really passionate about, and music has been a huge passion for me. And honestly, it's one of those things that has been shown to help with depression. So this whole lead up and playing the Sad Fest has been a huge culmination for us this year. And we're just really happy to be along for the ride at this point.
Yeah, it's great how it's all come full circle.
And it's been great to see how much of the music community is still here and thriving. You know, there's not as many venues as there used to be. You know, it's hard to get up and do your thing, but we meet so many great people at all of these open mics, and a lot of them have ended up collaborating with us on Sad Fest and the acoustic show down by the waterfront and everything, where we all just end up hanging out in the parking lot and getting to know each other. And instead of it being a competitive atmosphere, it's like, we should jam together. Let's get together and do a show, you know? So it's just been great for our mental health, at least, you know, getting to know all these wonderful people. And now we're all, you know, going to each other's houses and we're jamming and putting on shows together. And it's really nice to see that the community is still here. And, you know, there's so many talented people involved.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing about, you know, you talk about there's not as many venues. And you sort of picked up on that at the end of that point there. But you've gone out and made your own venues. You've gone to the Moose Lodge and you've had a conversation. You said, look, we got this idea. This could work for you. This could work for us. And can we work on that? And that's, it's not just about, hey, just hire me to play. Thank you very much. We'll show up and do our thing and have a nice day. You know, you really have to take it on as your own and, you know, make your own nice posters and go out and promote yourself. Don't just expect the venue to promote you. And it's all got to gel properly, right? And I hear what you're talking about. I did a thing called Indie Fest a few years ago, and it's not an easy gig to pull off, right? So
no, it's been a bit of work so far, but it's been very rewarding.
It's been a labor of love, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, it is work, right? And that's the whole point. It's not just the 90 minutes or whatever you play the music. It's the work before all that happens, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts behind the scenes. That's for sure.
Well, you guys have been fantastic, and I'm so glad that we were able to make this happen for you here. And I adore all three of you, and I'm just looking forward to so much more what's coming from you in the future. And for those of you watching, please check them out on Facebook. Beer Store Money. You get, what a cool name! Like, nobody's ever going to forget that name.
Right? It just rolls off the tongue. I can't believe that it was just out there for the taking.
That's right. Beer Store Money on Instagram as well. You guys are really all over the place, and I think that's fantastic. And anything else you want to you put out there before I let you get back to reality?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, first of all, we wanted to thank you for putting us on, and thank you for everything you do for the community. Like we certainly take notice, and I know everybody around does as well too. It's huge what you do for broadcasting to your community, and what you do for the Sarnia Sting, and for local musicians like us just trying to get out there. Like, it means the world to us.
It really does. And
we can't wait to be back and to just keep doing it bigger and better. You know, the best is yet to come. Onwards and upwards, right?
For sure. Well, thank you so much again. Listen, and let's stay in touch regularly. And we'll have you back again real soon. I'm sure there's going to be lots more to talk about with Beer Store Money. There you go.
Right on. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. a very happy Beer Store Money joining us here today. And of course, we're getting ready for Halloween. I wish I had it. I should have had it ready. I should have had an echo box or something. But it's going to be a lot of fun down at Billy Carter's Beer Store Money. They've got a lot of great energy. And I'm telling you, I know it sounds weird. If you don't go and see them, you're really going to miss some history in the making here. I have a lot of belief in this young group that they're going to be around for some great times. And if you want to have some good times, get out there, follow them along, Instagram. Thanks again, Beer Store Money, for joining us here today. And just before we go, why not play one of their songs one more time? But we'll do that in just a minute. After we remind you, Ken, also of Sad Fest. It's going to be coming to Moose Lodge, we were just talking about. There are still some motorcycles out on the road. I'm one of them. I'm going for a motorcycle ride right now. But keep an eye. There's still some motorcycles out on the road. And I want to say thank you to a couple of my sponsors, AJ Event Graphics, or visit them online at askguy.ca. Appreciate their support. For 8 years, they've been giving me support here on the show. And recently, Joe's Discount Tire. And we've got to say a special thank you as well to Oswald's Diner and Active Ears Hearing Center here in Sarnia. And if you can't stand looking at me, it's okay. You can just listen to me. Take me on the road with you when you're going to work. This podcast will be uploaded shortly to Spotify, Anchor. Well, actually, Spotify bought Anchor now, but they're still going to be around. Anywhere you can find a podcast, you should be able to find me. Just search the show with David Burrows. And that's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. And let's finish it off. I just want to hear some more. Bring me some water. Thanks again, Beer Store Money, and thanks all of you. Bye for now.
Not too soon, but all love is fair. I'll turn the other cheek. Now feel the sound in the sting of the foul night air. Now know you're only human. Now I haven't got all to prove. Tonight while I'm making excuses, some other woman is making love to you. Somebody bring me some water. Yeah, to see a burning light. Can't see my baby. Got no lover, and I don't know how I'm gonna survive. Bring me some water. Yeah, to see it's out of control. Things on my heart, my things on my mind. Deny the sweet devil, sweet devil's got the flow. Yeah, yeah. When will this aching pass? When will this night be through? I want to hear the breaking glass. I want to feel the steel of red hot shoes. I'll do anything to get it out of my mind. I need some Italian temporary kind. Tell me how will I ever be the same when I know that that woman is whispering your name. Bring me some water. Can't you see I'm burning light? Can't see my baby. Got nothing, nothing, and I don't know how I'm gonna survive. Bring me some water. Can't you see it's out of control? Weight on my heart, my things on my mind. Tonight a sweet devil, got the flow. Somebody, somebody.